So this is the third video in a series I wanted to make on my most common tattoo questions. I've been waiting to get tattooed so I can show you visuals and stuff and use myself as an example for most of these. And this video is how I heal my tattoos. I get a lot of questions like, how are your tattoos so bright, blah blah blah, and I'm going to make a different video about how I keep my tattoos bright after they're healed, but this is all about healing my tattoos. So as most of you know, yesterday I was tattooed at Ceremony Tattoo by Derek Hooper. He is out of Nashville and he was visiting Philadelphia and I had to get a tattoo by him. He has been on my tattoo most wanted list, and I got tattooed behind my knee. Now, the way I heal my tattoos has been something sacred to me for years and years and years. And if you use a different method that works for you, that is amazing, and I encourage you to stick to a method that works for you. And I also encourage you to stick to your tattoo artist's advice and everything like that. But as you get more tattooed, usually your tattoo artist figure that you have it all down packed, and they don't normally recommend their own healing methods. So this is just my self-derived healing method that I use on me. And I will show examples of how I heal my first 3 days of tattooing. So when I get home from my tattoo, the first thing I do is wash it. And normally for me, it has been 5 hours or so since I have been tattooed. Most of my tattoos I get in New York, and then it's 2 hours walking around, 2 hours travel home, and then a half hour to get to my home. So by then my tattoos emergency need to be washed. What I do is I use a mixture of Dr. Bronner's liquid soap diluted with water in a larger container, and I can show how I do that. And I just mix 1/3 concentrate of the solution with 1/3 water, and I shape them together. That way I have a nice diluted soap that will work for my skin and it's not too abrasive. And when I get home, I will take the bandages off and put them in a safe trash container. These bandages do contain blood plasma and they can be sensitive to just put in your family trash can. So I'll usually just put them in a grocery bag, tie the grocery bag up, and then put them in the trash. Putting those in the trash, and then I will wash my hands. Well, wash your hands first. Wash your hands, take off your bandages, and then go in the shower and wash your tattoo. You will experience your tattoo feeling slimy. Continue to wash it and rinse until the slimy plasma is no longer there. Then I will wrap my tattoo, and I have plenty of footage of me wrapping it. So I will begin the wrapping process by getting tape, cellophane, and paper towels. And when I wrap the paper towels, I will use the inside of the paper towel that does not have the print. I feel like the part of the paper towel that sits on the roll is the cleanest part and has not been exposed to being, in your drawer or whatever. So I will turn the paper towel inside out, and that is the part of the paper towel that sits on my skin. Getting a band of the paper towel that will cover the base of your tattoo. This paper towel works to absorb all of the blood and plasma and ink that may be sweated out and excreted during the night. I wrap my tattoos before I go to sleep. I do clean bedding clean bedding after I get tattooed, just to make sure that nothing can come into my tattoo and upset it. But I do wrap my tattoo regardless. Wrapping it before you go to sleep. Covering the tattoo in saran wrap, starting at the base that we created with the paper towel, and wrapping around the area until it's completely secure. You don't normally need tape if you are wrapping with cling wrap over and over and over again. I have a roll specifically for tattooing. It is my tattoo cling wrap. It is not for sandwiches. It is not kept in the kitchen. It is only for tattoos. And I keep it with my tattoo paper towels and tattoo tape. If you have medical grade tape around your house, that's probably great too. I have Scotch tape left over from Christmas, so that's what I use. So getting out your specially tattooed items that are special for you, not kept in the kitchen, not for sandwiches. Use all that cling wrap, use it as much as you want. Enough cling wrap should keep your tattoo nice and secure without the use of tape. Then I will normally get into comfortable clothes very carefully, clean, comfortable clothes, and I recommend this because I feel like it is just another way to keep the bandages on you, especially while you're asleep. And if you sleep with your partner, if you sleep with someone else in your bed, this is just another guarantee that your bandages won't come off in the night. You want it to stay clean and tight. In the morning, when you undress and get ready to clean off your tattoo, you're going to notice that it is very wet and seems very soiled, and the saran wrap may be wet, the saran wrap may be soaked through, your paper towel may be soaked through. Wash your hands and carefully remove all of your bandages. Again, put your bandages somewhere separate from the rest of your family trash because these are sensitive trash items. They are soaked with blood plasma and they should be kept with hazardous waste. Put them in a separate container, put them in a separate trash bag, all of their own, tie it up. You may notice that there is a print of your tattoo on the paper towel, and that is completely normal. That is all excess ink that your body is pushing out. It does not need that ink. It is not an issue. All of your normal ink is still in the tattoo and it's healing beautifully. And again, you're going to go through the same process of when you came home with your tattoo. You are going to wash it in the shower with your diluted soap, and you're going to wash it until it no longer feels slimy. After that, I like to either pat dry with inside out paper towels or let it dry on its own. I like to pat dry because I can press my hand against the tattoo and any additional ink can have the opportunity to come out. Usually it's just a little bit. And then I will let it air dry. Personally, I like to wear very loose clothes the week or two that my tattoo is healing. Nice, easy fabrics, linen, very breathable. Having your tattoo exposed if you're comfortable with that, just so it's not touching anything. When I had my wrist tattoo, I kept bumping it. So I did put a little guard, like a little paper towel guard right here, just to act as a bumper as I was bumping it against everything, which I could just not control. When I get my legs tattooed, I have this pair of like linen parachute pants that I'll wear if I have to go outside, just so my tattoos are not exposed to the elements, and just so if anything embarrassing is happening, any excretion or anything like that, I know that people aren't looking at it and it's not upsetting anyone who may have a sensitivity to blood and things of that nature. Also, as a tattooed person, I like to destroy any stereotypes that tattoos are bleeding, that tattoos are painful, that tattoos are disgusting. So if I can keep them out of the eye of the public while they're healing and not looking perfect, then that's something I like to do. And you will continue to wrap, well, me personally, I continue to wrap my tattoos for the first 3 nights, including the night that you get the tattoo, so 3 days after that. On your 3rd day, you will notice that your tattoo isn't really excreting much plasma, much ink anymore. It's not really soaking through all of your wrappings. This is normally when I stop wrapping it. I believe you can continue to wrap it as much as you'd like, but after about the 3rd day, that's when I'll begin to heal my tattoo. And that is the first day that I will apply lotion. The lotion that I always recommend is as natural as you can get it. White, water-based lotion. You want to check the ingredients. You don't want fragrance and whatever other ingredients you are sensitive to. I like to either use Lush products that don't have fragrance, don't have dyes, or any Aveda lotions. These normally are scented, but the fragrance is naturally derived from the ingredients. It's not the word fragrance. If you're seeing the word fragrance, you do not want that. Also, I like to avoid products like H2 Ocean, things with like a lot of salt in them. I have never had a good experience healing my tattoos with salt. This dries out the tattoo and it can cause flaking way too earlier than your tattoo is ready for, and that way you can lose a lot of ink and a lot of peeling can begin too prematurely. Avoid stuff like that. You want a nice white soothing, calming lotion. I also like to get lotions that don't have wax, that don't have beeswax, things like that. These are things that will clump up and cling to your tattoo before it's ready to heal, and you don't want that. So finding a lotion that works for you, something basic, something chill. If you go to CVS, a lot of lotions that'll say like dermatologist recommended, things like that. People, all sensitive formulas are usually the first place to look. If you want to get a lotion, applying the lotion, you want to apply just a little bit just to saturate the tattoo. You don't want it to be like all globbing and rubbing in. You just want it to be something nice. Put a little dot and smear it to cover the tattoo completely. And I'll normally start that after the 3rd day. This will begin your healing process. Very quickly, you will see that your tattoo is beginning to peel and looks like it is scabbing, and it is very important not to pick the scabs. And if you're the type of person who like pops every pimple you get and picks every scar and everything like that, it's gonna be hard to resist picking at your tattoo, but it is very important that you leave it alone and protect it from being bumped and jostled around. Your tattoo will eventually flake, and that's completely normal. That absolutely has to happen, but let it flake on its own. Do not peel or help it or blow on it. Like, just leave it alone. When your tattoo begins to feel itchy, you know that you're on the final stages of it healing. My tattoos normally get almost a silvery like look to them, and that's when they start to really itch. And my best remedy is to put a pump lotion everywhere you go. Put it in the doorway, put it in the bathroom, put it near your phone charger. Putting lotion on every single time you remember, just to combat that itchiness. You do not want to scratch your tattoo. Do what you need to do, clip your fingernails short. Tapping is a really big help for me. If I have a tattoo, I'll give it a couple smacks, and usually that'll sting it enough where it satiates the urge to scratch it. I've heard of people crumpling up paper and putting the paper over the tattoo. I still believe that that may irritate it, so just giving it a good smack usually helps me the best. During this time, you want to avoid being submerged in water, so no jacuzzi, hot tub, swimming, taking a long bath. Showers are fine. You can get your tattoo wet, and I recommend keeping your tattoo clean with soap and water, but not submerging yourself in an area where there could be bacteria growing, bacteria submerged, getting into the tattoo and infecting it. I believe that there are some myths with color tattoos versus black and white tattoos. Color tattoos are harder to heal, color tattoos hurt more, blah, blah, blah. I really think that it's all about personal care. And my black and gray tattoos heal the same longevity as my color tattoos, but I believe color tattoos are far more noticeable when they become damaged in the healing process. The best advice I've ever been given is heal your body and your tattoos will heal too. Fruits, vegetables, and a lot of water will yield the best results for you. Getting a lot of sleep, staying out of stress, staying out of a lot of activity. You don't want to go to the gym while your tattoos are healing. There's an increased risk for any sort of thing that could be transferred through touch, especially at the gym where bacteria and sweat is all hanging out. Avoiding the gym the first couple of days, things like that. Avoiding a lot of like touch activity, gym, baseball, sports. What I'm trying to say is sports. You want to have a lot of water, keep water in your hand, hydrate yourself, maybe multivitamins, but I say real life over synthetic all the time. Keep yourself in perfect health before your tattoo and after, and that will yield far better results for you with faster healing, I promise. And yeah, let me know how you heal your tattoos, what's recommended to you. I'm so into it. This has been my foolproof method for years and years, and I love every single one of my tattoos, and I think they've all healed very, very well, and I do attribute it all to the wrapping method of healing. Dry the first 3 days. I do not introduce lotion into this method until the 3rd day, and yeah, let me know. This is part 3 of the public record series on my most common asked questions on my tattoos. Thank you so much. Tune in for episode 1 and 2 and let me know how you feel. Subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends who might be getting a tattoo or interested in learning new methods of healing. And thanks again, and bye.